Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttradesolutions.com on a Tuesday, 14th of April. Stocks are rallying as we speak, partly because mega caps are rallying. Nvidia is at 195. Again, I want to remind everybody I do have a offer to join me for 15 days for free, kind of. Look at what we're doing. Again, we bought calls on Palantir when the stock was at 127. You can see where that is today. We bought Nvidia when it was at the lows at one. We got out we actually left a lot of money on the table on Nvidia. Actually, we got long at 165, 166. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm doing at TTS. Getting into the charts here. So again, there's a link below if you want to hang out with me for the morning sessions, and I have to do 3 sessions. Um, hit the link below. It's free, and if you find some value. So going into today, looks like the S&P is going to make an all-time high. No surprise, sentiment was really, really bearish down in here. Oil is below 100. So how far do we go? Based on what I'm seeing right now, we probably make a new high, and then I don't think we like run away or anything because I think still. Um, the situation with Iran is still unresolved. There's just a lot of momentum going on. So there's really no levels. We probably make an all-time high, and typically what happens is you make an all-time high and you pull back. I think that may be the case uh, this time around. We're on the NASDAQ. We are sitting at a supply zone, which is not a great supply zone, I have to tell you, but this could be a pause. All-time highs on the NASDAQ are up here. Again, with Nvidia and some of these mega caps rallying. Not all of them, by the way. Apple still kind of hung around. Google, I think, is actually doing fairly well, but we'll see if this is actually a pause or a turn. This is where we're at right now. If it does pull back, you've got this area here that I wrote about. Been talking about. Obviously, that broke out. Market's getting obviously a little extended. Would not surprise me any kind of pullbacks here. Maybe even back down to 25.58. One of the things that I've been talking about is to my members is the Russell. The Russell, clearly held here. It is actually closer to the all-time highs. Looks like there's a supply zone here, which typically, because it's near an all-time high, reduces the probabilities. I would probably not short this unless you have a confirmation style entry here at the uh, 27, 28 level. You can see that there. We'll see how that goes. Now, Bitcoin also stalling out at 77K. See if that can break out. That still hasn't broken out yet. It may be on the cusp of breaking out as well, or it could just roll over again. We've had these runs up before. So interesting. Those markets are, especially Bitcoin and Russell, are something that you want to start looking at for possible shorts. VIX is still interesting, hanging around 18. So it hasn't really, last time we made new highs, the VIX was down here, incidentally, was at 13. So this, again, speaks to there's still some caution out there. Well, because of the war and whatever. Now, oil, let's talk about oil. Now, again, I'm focused on the June contract, which is going to be the front month here in a few days. That did hold the gap. I think I mentioned this on Friday. It held that gap, and now it's really just hanging around 88, even today. If it breaks 88, you've got 83 as your next level. But it's interesting if it can hold on here, it'll probably rally back up to 92, which is that level there. This is also going to be interesting because if uh, oil continue, maybe starts going back up again, we may actually that could be the maybe a little bit of a pause or even a correction in the stock market. since it's getting a little overextended. I would watch this 92 level on oil. Um, the dollar, not much happening there. It's coming off as kind of tensions are calm right now. For the time being, obviously things can flare up very quickly. Maybe if there's peace talks, maybe the dollar goes right back down to 95. But right now it's hanging right here. Um, on the currencies, the only currencies that I would probably look at would be maybe the Mexican peso up around the 59 level. Japanese yen is basing out here, which is fairly interesting here. And see if it breaks above 63, notice how it's been range trading, should break out, maybe head back up to 65. That's provided that the dollar continues lower. So that's a couple currencies to look at. Nothing really happening with the metals. Again, if the dollar keeps falling, I do suspect that gold is going to rally to 5K. That's going to be really the key level on gold, 5K right up here. Looks like maybe headed there if the dollar continues to fall. And copper looks like it wants to break out above 610 again and maybe make an all-time high. This is also at an inflection point. So very interesting developments here. Again, if you want to join me for 15 days, I do 3 sessions every day. Hit the link below. Also subscribe to the newsletter. Coming up, we've got earnings, and the one stock that I would watch on Thursday morning is TSMC. It's reporting on Thursday morning relative to where NVIDIA is. Just real quick on NVIDIA. Uh, NVIDIA is right at a key inflection point. Looks like they're going to take NVIDIA maybe to 200. And this is a stock that I've been pretty much tracking in terms, it bottomed here. Obviously, that was a market low. And this is really watching this and oil to see what the stock does. So watching TSMC, which is Taiwan Semi, which pretty much every semiconductor other than Intel. Intel is also had a huge run as well. But watch those stocks on Thursday, TSMC, to see what happens with earnings there. In any event, have a great rest of your week. Again, if you want to join me, hit the link below. If not, have a great week. Take care.